Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moltrop here, coming at you with Game 3 of LiquidRet versus oGsZenio, playing on, I guess, maybe it's a central OGS account. All the OGS guys playing that. Now, this is kind of interesting. LiquidRet, I mean, he's in Korea. He's actually playing for the Team Liquid, and Team Liquid is sharing a house with the OGS team. So it's actually all the players in the finals of this tournament are all living in the same house. What is say? Okay. Good point, Zenio. Good point. So these guys might actually play together. These guys might practice together. I'm not exactly sure, but they probably practice together sometimes. There's an error message, apparently. So they might know each other's style a little bit. I guess we've pretty much seen Zenio's style already. He likes to go for the early ling speed and then go for banelings as well. Likes to morph his banelings in strange places so they can get picked off before they happen. No Zerg sound. Restart. I guess they aren't going to restart because that's what the replay is. But anyway, some problems happening for Zenio there. They're just going to keep going though. Zenio with a little bit of broken English there. That was cool, actually. Sorry about that. Red asking if the error sound that he's getting is his computer telling him he needs more overlords. Anyway, pretty long map. This is a pretty long map, so I'm not surprised to see Zenio going for a quick expansion, actually, and Red as well going for a quick expansion. They know that neither player can really get an attack off too quickly, unless the other player was doing some kind of a 6 pool or 10 pool or something like that. They're not going to get attacked early enough that it's going to matter. So both getting their pools down after the hatchery. Anyway, so going for a macro game here on this map, and I'm curious to see if we are going to see the same tech patterns, if we're going to see Zenio go for banelings and into roaches after. Basically, went for banelings, and then after Rhett got enough roaches to hold off the lings and banelings, got roaches of his own. In Game 1, he transitioned early enough and got enough roaches that he was able to overpower Rhett's roaches. In Game 2, he wasn't able to get them up fast enough, and Rhett was able to power out enough roaches quick enough that he was able to take the win. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. I like the roach matchup. I was just talking with Diggity about this, actually, about ZVZ, and roaches are my favorite thing to go on this matchup because I mean they're basically the safe build to go for. I mean, it depends on what the other opponent's doing. It depends on the timings. If they go for mass speedlings and you go for roaches and you have 5 roaches and they have 40 speedlings, then you're gonna die. But roaches do really well against lings, especially once you get a critical mass of roaches, and they do really well against banelings, and of course they do okay against other roaches. So that's why I usually try and go for roaches. I guess maybe I shouldn't reveal my ZVZ strategy to all of you in case you meet me on the internet. By the way, shout out to Ponokio, who has the awesomest name, one of the awesomest names in StarCraft 2. I ended up playing him. I was laddering last night and playing this guy called Pinocchio, P-W-N-O-C-H-I-O or something like that, like Pinocchio but with Pone. Get it? Anyway, that was awesome. And very, very manner guy. Usually, you know, when I played a game against him on the ladder last night, and we were chatting and laughing it up, and it was a good time. It was a very epic game as well. Long game with it was a ZVP, lots of action, you know, lots of back and forth, teching back and forth went really well. It was kind of cool, kind of a cool game. And oh, these Zerglings are just going to be able to get a scout at this point. They're going to be able to get in, but are they going to? Yes, he scouts the Baneling nest, so Rhett knows that Zenio is going for that. And is he going to get that Roach Warren up? Yes, the Roach Warren is almost up. So Baneling's nest, wow, this Zergling is still going to work. Oh, who's going to win? The Zergling wins! Red Zergling wins. It's going to get finished off by drones, but it doesn't matter, actually doing a decent amount. And more Zerglings pressing in, though. He's got a single spine crawler and more Zerglings popping out. I like that. Both players are about to get their speed upgrade at the exact same moment, so there's not going to be an advantage to that. Looks like Zenio gets it a moment earlier, but with these massive Zerglings, and oh, there's the Banelings. Is he going to be able to pick those off? Oh no, there's more Banelings incoming. He can't let those Banelings land. He needs to fall back to his spine crawler and his roaches. He needs to stop producing lings and start producing more roaches at this point. Oh, is he going to pick off that? Oh, he picks off the baneling before it can morph. Here comes the Zerglings. He's going to have to run away. Whoa, Rhett, be careful. He's going to have to engage the... Yes, engages the banelings with the roaches. The queens and the spine crawler take care of the extra lings. Beautiful play by Rhett. This is looking really bad for Zenio right now. He needs to land those banelings on all of those lings if he's going to win this game, basically. He needs to land some banelings, or he needs to transition. He's getting his own roach warren for a long-term strategy, and I think that's the best thing he can do right now is just stay back and not engage. And I like that. Rhett keeping his Zerglings back for now, just engaging with his roaches. Uh-oh, is he going to go for it? No, there's no use going for just that many. Oh, it does land a single baneling, getting a lot of Zergling kills. Oh, another baneling, beautifully done by Zenio. Actually lands those two banelings on all those Zerglings. Rhett, thinking he had it clinched, thinking he had the battle taken, and that all the banelings were not a threat anymore, engaged with his own Zerglings, and those banelings actually came in and wiped them up pretty quickly. So beautiful move by Zenio, playing that really, really well. But now it's just going to be roaches on roaches at this point, and there's going to be a few banelings in the mix. But again, the banelings, they do 20 damage or 35 versus light. So against the light units like Zerglings, which have 35 hit points, they own. They absolutely own. But against the roaches, only 20 out of those 145 hit points. They basically do virtually nothing. They're not cost effective is my point here. The Zergling running in. Look at this crazy Zergling. 4 hit points on this thing. Running in, trying to see what kind of tech's going on. He sees the expansion. Let's see what kind of harvesters they have. Actually, Zenio with a few more harvesters at this point. He was putting the pressure on with those Zerglings and banelings earlier and dancing around in circles. And while he was doing that, Rhett had to produce all roaches to make sure he had enough to hold off any attacks. And in the meantime, Zenio was able to squeeze in some drones. Now, Rhett has turned things around, and he knows he's secure, so he's producing more drones instead, knowing he can hold off that army with just the roaches at this point. So both players producing only roaches now. It's just going to be a battle of roaches at this point. Baneling's not going to be too much in the mix. They're probably going to produce some Zerglings just for meat, just for a little bit of padding, just for flanking as well. I guess I couldn't say just for if there's 3 things that they're just for. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, lair up for Rhett. He's probably going to use it for the roach upgrades. Yeah. I kind of like seeing Hydralisks mixed. Well, I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not, like I said in the last game, I'm not too familiar with pro-level ZVZ style. But I usually like to get the Hydralisks, a few Hydralisks to back up my roaches. Just get that extra DPS coming from behind. With the range upgrade, they can do extra damage from behind the roaches. And they're pretty okay against banelings as well. I mean, if the banelings land right on them, it's not good. But anyway, bunch of overlords moving here. I'm curious where they're moving to. And anyways, big battle coming in here. Roaches, I don't know if Rhett has enough roaches at this point. Baneling's softening him up, and we could see a repeat of game 1 right here, but no, Rhett has a couple more roaches come in at just the last moment. He gets just enough roaches to deal with this. It's just rally versus rally at this point. Both players producing lots of roaches. Rhett with 8 roaches coming out right now. It's going to be more than enough to deal with this situation. And if he can kill off this army, they're trapped against the rocks. If they try to run away, they're going to take too much damage. The queen needs to get out of the way to let the roaches do the damage. War roaches coming in from the top. A nice little arc from Zenio, but Rhett just has too many roaches at this point. He's falling back to his spine crawler as well. It's a good move right there. More roaches being produced for Rhett. Now Zenio has to produce Zerglings to try and catch up to this army, and those Zerglings are not going to do nearly as well against these roaches. I think Rhett's going to be able to take this battle. The Zerglings trying to rally in to try and do some extra damage. Not going to happen. Engaging with those Zerglings, and Rhett is going to take a commanding lead here. Now it's going to take a little bit too long. I think he looks like he's going to go for it though. He's just going to rally roaches towards the enemy, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to rally. Okay, no, he's going to take the 3rd base actually. What I was going to say is I think that the roaches are too slow off creep. He does have the speed upgrade on his roaches, but they're a little bit too slow off creep to really get back here in time to take the win. So instead he's going to expand at the high yield, and that I think is a really good idea because he's got the little bit of advantage. He's producing masses of roaches right now. It looks like Zenio actually producing some more drones at this point. Is he not droned up enough? I guess he could use a few more drones at this expansion. No, that's pretty droned up actually. This as well, pretty droned up. So he's producing just a few extra drones. Maybe to get an extra gas mine up or something. Nope, he's pretty good on that actually. So just wanted to squeeze in a few extra drones, and now he's going back to producing all roaches, getting a lot of upgrades here for Rhett. Carapace level 2. Actually, let me check the upgrades right now. Yeah, level 1 weapons versus level 1 weapons and armor. So Rhett has the upgrade advantage, and it looks like Zenio is going to try and take this high yield, and what we'll probably see Rhett do is drone up this high yield, and when Zenio tries to take this high yield of his own, he's going to go in for the kill, because he's going to have his high yield mining, and he's going to just be able to produce so many units. I mean, look at I've been looking at the production tab, and Rest's just producing more roaches right now. 7 versus 5, more upgrades. He's farther along in his upgrades here. Look at this Carapace level 1 coming up. That's interesting. There's a different icon for level 2 and level 1 Carapace for ground units. Anyway, but yeah, it was okay. There we go. Hydralisk Den coming up for Zenio, and that actually could put things in his favor, but never mind. There's the infestation pit, and a little bit of an engagement going on here. Massive roach army here for Rhett. If he can get it, he needs to engage in a good position. That's part of it, though. If engaged like in his bad position, then the superior numbers wouldn't really do as much of a deal. Look at that, 10 extra roaches for Rhett. A few extra drones for Zenio, but again, not that big of a deal. He's actually distance mining a high yield right now, which is actually good if you have those extra drones to do that. It's actually more effective to distance mine the high yield than it is to have those extra drones at your expansion. And a queen at the third base, so now it is on. Rhett looks like he's probably at this rate with the momentum he's building up. He's a superior macro player. A few speed zerglings are going to try and run in the back here, though they could do some damage. He's going to need to turn those roaches around and try and deal with this. Oh, the speed zerglings go for the queen. Get within range of the spine crawler. Not going to do any damage at all, actually, at this point. So that was an opportunity, and here we go. He's got the high yield up. He's going with the roaches. Needs to get a good concave. The Hydralisk in the back can get some extra DPS, but no, a few units in the back. Not even getting hits on there. Rhett needs to move in so he gets a little bit more damage. So he's able to use those numbers a little bit more. He's got a lot of roaches running around the back, not getting hits, and it looks like Rhett is going to take this battle. Major win. Look at this, double the amount of roaches at this point. oGsZenio is going to lose this base. He needs to fall back. There's nothing he can do. He's going to lose this high yield and then lose the game. oGsZenio, GG's. Rhett takes the game, takes game 3, takes the series, takes 100 extra bucks for getting third place. GG. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that set. Very cool to see some high-level Zerg versus Zerg going on there, and see what kind of strategies are going on, see what's going on. And it really, I mean, Rhett just taking his high yield earlier, winning that big battle, having the extra roaches, won him that the advantage basically, and he was able to take the high yield. That's kind of where it sealed the deal. But it's interesting how if things had gone on a little bit longer, oGsZenio could, if he'd gotten some Hydralisks, a few more, and evened up the roaches. Could have been a different story, but yeah, just Rhett with just too many roaches takes the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this series. Thanks very much for watching. GG, and I'm gonna try and do some more games as well, but we will see. Might have to do some other stuff. Packing. I'm going out of town for the New Year's actually, so I might even be going to a LAN party. So anyway, hopefully I'll get some more games up. If not, then next week when I get back from actually I'm going to a friend's place for New Year's, and then I'm going to Disneyland the first week of January. That'll be kind of fun. I haven't been there in like 12 years, and so when I get back I'll do some more games though. GG, thanks for watching.